You know, it's a practice that's been going on for hundreds of years here in the United States. It's called eminent domain. It's when the local, state, or federal government takes over private property for public use with or without the permission of the owner. There's a case in Washington State that is raising a whole lot of eyebrows. One municipality is taking a private parking lot and building a public parking lot. Dan Springer is following this story from our Northwest newsroom in Seattle. And Dan, set the stage here now for a city that wants to take a private parking lot to build its own parking lot.
Well, that's right. They basically want to take 45 acres, a parcel that was purchased by Doris Kassan and her husband 2 years ago for $10.6 million. They want to buy that 45 acres and pay them $2 million less, $8.6 million, and they want to put up a public parking garage where right now there's a park and fly lot for people who want to use the airport. The Kassans say it's simply ridiculous that they would have their property taken not only for another parking structure, but also for what the city of SeaTac wants, which is a private development. Public or private land going to another private developer. They want a small downtown with a parking garage, restaurants, shops, upgrades to the existing hotels there. It's the end of a light rail line right there at the SeaTac airport, and the city obviously sees big dollar signs with people coming there, but the Kassans say it's simply not fair.
I believe property right is a human right. And not only for ourselves, but for other property owners, and in general, I have to fight it.
And they are fighting it right now. This has been going on for several years. The Kassans, by the way, have had 6 other properties taken through eminent domain. This is the first time they're fighting it, Greg.
Well, Dan, why doesn't the city just, dare I say it, build around it?
Well, it's a good question because we've seen several cities take that exact position where they don't want to fight these private property owners. We can't get anyone from the city of SeaTac to talk to us. They are not answering our questions, so we just have to guess at what their intentions are. But they clearly want this to be their shining centerpiece of a downtown area, and the Kassans are going to take this all the way to the Supreme Court if they have to.
Yeah, well, given the last eminent domain decision by the Supreme Court, which made a lot of people unhappy, especially scholars. This will be interesting. We'll wait and see what happens. Dan Springer. Dan, thanks.